Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Adventures in Truth livecast. My name is Jim Case, and I am the host of the show. And we're going to have an awesome show today. I'm excited. I'm nervous because it's a big topic, but we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I'm excited to have Bill McKenna here from Cognomovement again, and we're going to have a really great conversation on Human Heal Thyself. Really looking at taking a deep dive into understanding the power that we have to change our physical bodies. Our ability to heal is all driven on the energy we bring to the table. And we have that energy, we have that ability. We've just sort of been trained in a different direction to not think that we are inherently able to take care of this vehicle. It does not mean that if you're dealing with a crisis situation that you don't get medical attention, that you don't see a doctor. But on the way to all of that, there's a lot that can be done in the meantime to help ameliorate creating those circumstances to happen in your world. So this is going to be a very powerful conversation. I'm excited you're here for it. I would love if you guys would hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let us know what you think about the show. If you're on the Adventures in Truth Facebook page, you can type questions or comments to us while we're live, and we will respond on the air if we can. And we will certainly acknowledge them as we go through. But wherever you are watching, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the show. And we're looking forward to having a great show. So bear with us. I'll be right back. And on the other side, I'll be right there. All right. So first segment today, My World is Good. Y'all are familiar with this. I'm hopeful. This is the year of conscious creation. I've decided that. That's about the show. That's about how I feel in 2021 is about this idea of let's consciously create. This movement was created out of observing the experiences that many of us were having over the last year or years, this kind of feeling of confusion maybe, or powerlessness, or not really feeling like we had much impact in the world. And what I realized is that there's a small group of people impacting our consciousness, impacting the way we think, impacting our trust levels, impacting our thinking levels, impacting on a whole lot of levels, positively and negatively. And I thought, why not create a movement where we can start to consciously create a different outcome? And so My World is Good evolved out of that. My World is Good is just a great, beautiful, simple phrase. My world is good. That doesn't have any relation to your religion, your sex, your political affiliations, your color, your race, your creed, your nationality. It has nothing to do with any of it. It's simply you engaging your energy in your intention to create a new energy and to bring that energy to this planet right now. My world is good because we are 7.5 billion unique sparks of the divine, unique worlds, actually, 7.5 billion unique worlds inhabiting one planet. And so in the context of our worlds, we are the creator. In the context of that world that we live in, we build that world. And so I'm asking all of us out there to add this thread of energy. My world is good. Because as we do that, that energy will harmonize amongst all of us that are doing it. And that energy then will create a tipping point where we will add that goodness to the mass consciousness and have the effect of generating a positive forward motion. I think everything that happens is always ultimately about positive motion, but when we are feeling less than empowered, I think it's important that we get conscious and we get conscious about how we create and when we create. So thank you for being a part of that. Let's take a quick minute here because I want to support us all in having this experience. We're going to dive into this together. My world is good. Just say it, feel it first, say it, and then feel it some more. And that's setting the intention. That's creating new neural pathways in the brain. It's creating the myelination that's making that a reality for you. And as you use it, you start to see the goodness and the love in your world more thoroughly, more completely, and more regularly. So anywhere you see this background, anywhere you see My World is Good, I post pretty much every day. Don't hesitate to pop in, say hi, leave a comment. Let me know how it's going for you out there and continue to help us move this forward. So let's do this together for just a second. My world is good. I want you to feel it. My world is good. 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 And I want you to notice what happened in my experience just in that little bit of time. So if you invest just that little bit of energy all throughout the day, imagine the change you can make for yourself. And with that, my world is good. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and Bill's going to join us for an incredible show. So we'll see you on the other side. And we're back, and I'm back with my friend Bill McKenna. Hi, Bill.
Oh, so great to see you.
You as well. How are you this fine Friday afternoon?
I'm great. My world is good.
Yeah.
My world is good.
As is mine. Bill's with is a creator of the Cognomovement, and he is here today to talk with us about this Heal Thyself. They have an incredible program and one of a lot of wonderful things out there, but this conversation is for us to really fine tune into how we use our energy, and in understanding the importance of how we understand and get conscious about our energy so that we can begin to change the things that are impacting us, that create those things, everything from an ache in the body to a headache to a physical ailment to disease to catastrophic situations. There are ways and lots of tools available to help us understand. But the thing that's most important in that is that we have to learn how to interact with our own field and understand the power that has. So any introductory thoughts on that, Bill?
Well, I got a lot. I mean, I could take the whole time, and you let me. I always knew all my life that, our thoughts and our feelings would create our reality. And, that was just kind of, I don't know, right from the get-go. I was involved in martial arts, and we, all that the training and, the thinking process and feeling process is part of the training. Anyway, I guess there are new technologies out there that actually measure what we're feeling now. So it's no longer like, oh, I think I feel energy, or I think I feel this, or I don't feel so good because I had a problem with my boss, or, those sorts of things. Today, you can actually measure it. And it's an electrical charge in your body. So your feelings affect the amount of electricity running through your body. And our bodies are like a battery. When you have a hard day, how you're like, you get home and you're just tired, right? Or you get an argument and you're just like drained. So these things are actually real, and they affect our health. So much so that we can make ourselves very sick from our thoughts. And I have some stories about all that.
That's fantastic. And we have some graphics and stuff we'll bring up after we do the meditation as we go through this conversation, so people can see that, science has caught up, as funny as that sounds. But there, for many years, I know for me with the science of transformation, and previous to that with higher brain living, which you're familiar with, there was a big push in that time, just this what, 6-7 years ago, that it had to be science-based, that there had to be science backing up these energy claims, and at that point there wasn't a lot of science about it. There was still an evolution of the tools and the machinery and the things that are able to measure, that's been accepted. That is being used now to show how absolutely impactful this stuff is. So I'm excited to go there and take the viewers into some of this experience so that they can see how much your energy matters.
Yeah.
It's significant stuff.
Yeah. The advancements are incredible new technology.
They are. So we are going to take a quick shift into taking a moment to focus. This is one of my favorite parts of the show because we get a chance to, everybody who's out there with us listening and paying and watching, we all get to kind of bring our energies together in the field of this conversation. And what I found is that over time, that energetic support has helped a lot to help this conversation go deeper and to reach places that we may not have reached without your support and energy. So we're going to dive into that. Bill, we'll be back in just a sec. We're going to do a brief one today, so we have lots of time to go over the great stuff that we're going to talk about today. So we'll see you in just a sec.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's take that moment to focus. Have you take a deep breath and just be right here with me right now. You're going to be breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth through this process. So just in through the nose, out through the mouth, nice and easy. This time is important to me to really connect us because I truly believe, as Bill does, that we energetically, we are all connected. Energetically, our thoughts and the energies that we work with every day are affecting everything around us because they're creating the reality we live in. Excuse me. So taking that moment now, go ahead and let your eyes close. Get comfortable where you are, whether you're sitting or standing or laying down. Of course, if you're driving, please don't close your eyes. And take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth and become aware of what we call your field. Just become aware of the energy surrounding you, the energy that envelops you. Just be aware of it. You may not know what it looks like. You may not have seen it before. You may not understand it necessarily. All that's okay. This is an exploration. This is an experiential process. So feel your way into it. Just let the impressions come to you. Let them inform you. Let your energy inform you. And as you become more conscious of your field, I want you to become even more fine-tuned to seeing the things that may be in your field. All throughout every day, all throughout our lifetime, we kind of store things in our energy field. We hold things. Some of them are okay. A lot of them are not necessary. A lot of it is stuff we hold on to in fear or resistance or feeling unworthy because we think we don't have enough. And those things are unnecessary. So I just want you to become aware of the things that your energy is attending to right now. Can be a sound, can be a thought, can be an idea. It doesn't matter. Just be aware of it. Don't interact with it. Just be aware of it. And as you're continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, focus into your field and just be aware of what's there. And then I want you to consciously focus your energy into the center of your heart space, in your chest with your breath, focusing into your breath. And I want you to command your energy into your body. So all those things that are out there holding and touching and holding and feeling and all that good stuff, just let it go. Let all those attachments go right here and right now. If they're necessary, they'll come back. If they're not, you didn't need them there to begin with. So pull that energy. Feel yourself pulling that energy into your heart, into your body. I want you to experience the inside of you. So feel into that. Feel your field as you command it into your heart space. And just breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and feel that extraordinary warmth, that power, that vibration. Sometimes it can feel like a buzz. Sometimes it can feel like a heat sensation, a tingly sensation. Whatever it is, it can be any type of feeling. It can be like a wave, whatever that experience is for you. And now I want you to allow that consciousness to begin to move around inside of your body. Let it explore your arms and legs and through your torso and all of your organs, down into the deepest parts of you, into the bones and into the nerves and into the blood vessels. Just experience the inside of you, the inside of this extraordinary piece of whatever this human body is. Just feel into it. And as you do that, just be aware of the state of your body via your energy. And if you find a place of discomfort, just gently focus your awareness to it. Breathe into it. Let the energy expand it and let it release. And bring your awareness back to your heart, back to the center. And focusing all of awareness into your heart space, we're going to do a quick breathing exercise. You're going to inhale to a count of 4. You're going to rest at the top in fullness. We're going to exhale from the mouth to a count of 6. So we purge all of that old energy and air out from the lower part of the lungs. As we begin to settle into that emptiness, then we'll again inhale and continue the process. And so it'll be an inhale for 4, hold for a couple, exhale for 6, hold for a couple, and then we continue that around. And as you're ready, focusing into the heart space, focusing into the breath, inhaling to a count of 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, feeling full, enjoying the fullness, and then surrendering it through the breath, out through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, keep pushing, 5, let it go, 6, and now relax in the emptiness for just a moment. Let your body completely relax, and now engage the lungs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, completely full as you rest into that fullness, relaxing the shoulders and the neck, and then we surrender it, purging that air from the mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as we relax and rest in the emptiness. Rest in the void for just a moment and re-engaging. Here we go. Inhaling, pulling in all that air. 2, 3, 4, resting in fullness. Good. And then surrender that and let it go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Resting into the emptiness, resting into the void. And continue that rhythm on your own, feeling that breath as you fill completely. Feel the air 360 degrees, expanding your lungs and your entire breathing apparatus. Feeling that complete conscious rest at the top as your fullness, in your fullness, And now purging and releasing as you let it out, let it flow, continuing the rhythm. And as you do, just take in these words, let them wash over you, feel your way into it. I am the evolution of God realized as matter. I inform and guide that expression as the pure expression of God. I show up as God. I connect as God. I align as God. I am creation realized. And from that, I create, expand, and engage. I am. Feel that completely and powerfully, because that is who you are. And allow yourself now, as you just let that breath continue to move, let your energy begin to move back outside. Let your field expand again, bringing your awareness to this now, to this moment with myself and with Bill, as we dive into this amazing topic, human heal thyself. Bring that focus back, fully present now. And here we go, ready to dive in some more.
Thank you for that meditation. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good. Thank you. I'm glad you did. So I want to start this convo with the idea that we create through us. And what I mean by that is, as I was thinking about this topic, because the thing about heal thyself is a bit of a challenge, because part of it, it's really kind of interesting in a way, because it's not a whole lot different than what we observe right now currently in our political system, where it seems like one side doesn't talk to the other side. And it's sort of that way in how we've been entrained about how we understand our physicality and how we understand our energy, that if we understand that we create our world, that somehow it's victim shaming, because really we're all victims to disease and to pain into suffering, and that it's not something we create, but it's something that we are at the effect of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's completely, in my world, not a reality at all. And I want to emphasize this idea that we create through us, because there is nothing that occurs in your world that didn't start in you to come out of you. Nothing. You are the creator of everything that is occurring in your world. And that's a good thing, because that means you have way more power than you ever believed you did. The question and the challenge with it, and what we hope to do today, is to show you how to become more conscious of this energy that flows through you that you are creating, so that you have the ability to utilize it. Because you're using it now, you're just using it unconsciously. That's why this is the year of conscious creation. I want you to get it, that you are it. You are the end of the sentence. You know, I'm going to, at that point, turn it over to Bill, because I see he's eager to jump in.
Oh, you're reading my face. Yes, we create something 3 times. The first time we create it is in our thoughts and feelings. The second time we create it is in our field, actually in our aura around us. And literally, we've discovered that you can reach out and touch it. And this is not something woo-woo. Anybody can reach out and touch it.
Yep.
Like if you have something that you've been thinking about, either wanting or hating, real strong feeling, if you close your eyes, you could reach out and touch it. And you could feel it. It feels like Jell-O in your field. It feels like thicker in a certain spot. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But the third way that we create is when it's actually created in physicality. So that's the sequence that we go through. All of us go through the same sequence for everything that you see. Everything you see around you happen first in a thought, feeling, and then the field, and then the physical creation manifests.
So would it be fair to say then, we have, because we're human beings living in a time and space reality, so the first place most things will hit, especially if we're not being terribly conscious, is it's going to be a thought. It's going to be a thought or a feeling that gets our attention. And then once that thought or feeling gets our attention, the imagination takes over. And the imagination is what creates this field, in this energy in our field, because we took this thought, we pulled it in, we said this, something about this. And then we begin, because the imagination isn't limited to these wild and crazy ideas that we have about things. It's also part of just making up stories about what we're thinking and feeling. That's part of imagination. It's not always the healthiest part, but it is a part of imagination.
Absolutely. So our subconscious expresses itself through our physical bodies as a feeling. Mm-hmm. And then pop, as soon as we get the feeling, we'll start with the thoughts, and we'll start making up stories about, this is why I feel this way.
Yeah.
And I think everybody has that experience in life where they're like, wake up in the morning, and they're like, why do I feel like this? You know, like, why? Oh, I know. It's because of that guy, you know, or whatever.
Right.
So this is the natural thing that we do. We look outside of ourselves for a reason that we feel the way we do. And then what happens is we expand or we contract our energy in our physical bodies appropriate to that particular thought and feeling. Now, we were talking earlier about, measurement and that sort of thing. And I wanted to just show everybody, this is called a biowell. Now, this device here, it's there was a German physicist, Konstantin Kronikoff. He's at the I think the university. There's a university, I think, in St. Petersburg, Russia. He's a photonics PhD. So he combined, a Kirlian photography
Mhm.
with what they call the fingertip acupuncture
Can you
from
hit
the
end on that?
Koreans. Pardon me?
Okay, then. I was like, could you hit end? Oh, no.
I was trying like heck. It's my daughter's iPad, and I'm like right in the middle of it. I am so sorry, everybody.
It's fine, teasing. It's fine. It had to end eventually, so it's all good.
I'm sorry.
Makes it hard to connect the thought, but go for it.
Did you want me to edit? Do you want me to begin again?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
You're live, man. You're good.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, all the audience.
It's
A lot of
all
people
good.
got a daughter, so you understand. Okay. So here
It's
we
the
go.
joys of live work. It happens.
All right. Okay. So Konstantin Kronikoff combined Kirlian photography, which has been around for hundreds of years. Since about right at the same time that photography was invented, Kirlian photography was discovered. This actually, they can take a photograph of the bioenergetic field. A lot of people have seen this through like a leaf, and they take a picture of it, and you've seen the outline of the leaf, and the leaf's not there anymore. Well, anyway, the Koreans have been doing fingertip acupuncture for millennia. And so they know that every single meridian in the body is reflected in your fingertips. So with this, Konstantin got the bright idea, let's combine the two. And because we already have a map of the entire body through the meridians that are in the fingertips. And this was born here. Amazing technology that has really advanced the studies of the energetic field. You can actually see it now. You can measure it. And the feeling that you had, that you were like, my heart hurts, or, I feel like I got over it, whatever, you can actually see it now. And
you want me to show? You want to put up that one diagram that we have?
We've got a bunch of different ones. I can tell some story. Oh, this one. Okay. So this is over on the left-hand side. You can see here, this is a before picture. This is a person that came to me, and they had like brain fog. They just couldn't get anything done, and they had a lot of financial stress. Anyway, this is their energy field here, that on the left-hand side. And then we worked with them to, I had them feel the financial stress, and we did Cognomovement. And then you can see after that the energy field filled in. So this is, it's amazing that not only can you how it looks all jagged and holes in it, it's about how you feel, right? That's about how you feel. And when you're calm and you're at peace, the other one, it's all filled in. And
that's very cool too, to what I was doing in the meditation, actually, for people to understand when we're talking about feeling your field and the things that are hanging out. It's interesting to note that you can see on the left side there, it isn't that it's like they create holes in your energy, because that thing is pulling your field. So you can see in those gaps, all those places, and I'm sure that over time you would be able to identify what those things are representative of. But then you see on that right side, what you were talking about, how once you cleared some of those chunks of energy out, the field now fills in, and that's a powerful, not only a metaphor, but a reality for this idea of heal thyself. This is a perfect demonstration of that.
Yes. And you can shift it fairly quickly. There's many different methods to do that. The one that I had developed is called Cognomovement. But the whole purpose here is to show you, you do have an energy field, and not only that your health is directly related to your feelings. I'd like to, if possible, I'd love to show the one on the woman who had the relationship issue.
Yes.
Is
And
perfectly demonstrated.
I want to do that after the break.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to do a commercial, and then we're going to come back, and you're going to get to talk to the folks for a few minutes. And then, and unless you want to dive into that when we get back, either way is okay with me.
Okay.
If you want to do that, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick minute here to do a quick commercial on the science of transformation, which you can see. Whoops, I always get backwards on the left-hand side here. Are you ready to feel free from the limitations of fear, anxiety, and depression? Are you ready to reclaim your energy from feeling lost or powerless, maybe purposeless? Do you feel overwhelmed by your relationship with fear? Did you know the power of transformation to transform every aspect of your experience is within you? Welcome to the Science of Transformation. We hope you enjoy. Oh, wrong one. Gosh darn it. Let's try this one.
The Science of Transformation method. And I can't tell you the difference that it's made in my life.
This program is all about you coming into the greatest form of you. I am very excited about that commercial. Thank you, Lauren, for that incredible commercial. TheScienceTransformation.com. Please check out the website. The program is about tapping into your greatest potential, exploring all possibilities, and experiencing everything you desire. Experiencing everything you desire, changing, evolving, and coming into a deep clarity about it all. It's about becoming not just the best version of yourself, but the highest potential version of yourself. Becoming who you truly are and who you were meant to be. So you can check that out again, thesciencetransformation.com. And we're going to bring Bill back in here after my little commercial. That was the first time I got to run that commercial, so I was really excited about it because I just got it. And I just got the page done and everything. So anyway.
That's great.
So we're back, and we are diving into, you were saying just before, do you want to take a few minutes and share about Cognomovement with the group? Tell everybody about what you're doing?
Maybe I could just do it in context of that slide.
Perfect.
They'll get really a good picture of what it is.
All right. So we were talking before the break about how we create through us, and Bill was getting ready to dive into showing us about, this is the relationship one?
Yeah.
The resentments? Okay, yeah. So this is the before slide.
Okay. Okay, so I'm the founder of Cognomovement. I invented a method that creates basically emotional amnesia, craving amnesia, significant athletic performance increases. But this slide in front of you, I want to explain. This is a test we did with a biowell that I just showed you a minute ago. Now, over on the left-hand side, this going upwards is a measurement of what they call joules. That is an electrical charge in your body. And along the bottom is the 31 different, I think it's 31, different organs that are in your body. Your pancreas, your eyes, your jaw, all kinds of information, about different organs, liver, whatever. And
if you can't see that where you're watching, so for instance, number 1 is the cardiovascular system. Number 19 is the coronary vessels. 14 is the kidney. So it's, as you go from 1 to 30, it progresses through all the different organs of the body.
Wonderful. And so the ones that are lit up, that there's an imbalance in between left and right, meaning sympathetic, parasympathetic. This report right here is a woman who came to me. She had multiple kids, a husband, and she resented him. She was actually going to get a divorce, and she was really she hated him. She felt like she wasn't supported. And so I worked with her and had her feel all the feelings of not being supported and hatred towards her husband, and, all those type of things. And we ended up clearing all of them out. So she just literally, it wasn't like she was like, I'm going to be, saved by Jesus and I'm going to forgive him. She was like, I just don't feel it. And that's what Cognomovement does. It moves it right out of your body. Yeah. So show them the next one and look at what happened afterwards. Her energy over on the left-hand side, this is actual electrical charge in the different organs, jumped by almost double. That's incredible. And all of them went into balance except for one. And that one is, I think it was around the
immune system.
The immune system was simply taxed and need a little while to come into balance.
Well, this is brilliant, because it is, as you look at this diagram, I mean, look at the energy level, guys, that she was living in. Just whether she was active in the resentment or not didn't matter. It's the fact that the resentment was brewing in her energy, kept her energy levels down significantly to what changed when she surrendered that piece of chunk of energy out of her system. That's breathtaking to me.
It is. It's like, how they say, what you hold against another, you hold against yourself.
Right. Yes.
Hey, guess what? It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
We got a secret.
We got to see. It actually is true. So, right? So anyway, I got another one. I got to share this one because it's so mind-blowing. Now, the BioWell does another report. I'll show them the one on the ear, because this is mind-blowing. Now, I got my training from a really amazing trainer with this, who's the best in the world at it. And they had a lot of subtleties that they knew about. Now, on these, you might not be able to see them so good, but because they're so small, but maybe you inflate your screen to be able to see them. Around the edges, you can see where all the organs are. It's like a big wheel with all the organs. Now, on the outside, if you're on the outside of it, that's a lot of energy. On the inside towards the center means there's not a lot of energy. This BioWell, it measures your physical energy and your emotional energy. Now, the most amazing thing, the woman who trained me said, hey, you know what? When you see the two lines cross, the emotional line goes over the physical line. If there's a crossover, that is an indication that the emotional is causing manifesting a physical issue. Now, this particular woman came to me and she had sudden hearing loss. She said, listen, can you help me? I lost my hearing 4 years ago. She had been getting steroid literal shots in her eardrum. Ew. She said it was extremely painful. Wow. She had, a few $1,000 hearing aid. She was not kidding. She was really trying it all. And she came in and I was like, well, I have no idea if I can help you or not. But I took the BioWell reading. When I took the BioWell reading, I noticed that there was a crossover at the behind the heart, thorax, right? Is the area behind the heart. And the person who trained me said, if you see a crossover behind the heart, it means betrayal. Ask the person if they suffered a betrayal. And so I asked the woman, I said, hey, around the time of the hearing loss, how long ago? It was 4 years ago. Okay. Did anything happen about 4 years ago, like a betrayal of some kind? And she was like, no, no, no. And I was like, are you, to think back, any type of relationship, it doesn't have to be romantic. Oh, yeah, actually, she had two. It was like a brother and father or something, like it was two major relationships that she was like, actually, yes. And the two most significant relationships in her life had completely betrayed her.
Mm.
And I said, okay, so I want you to feel the betrayal. And then we did Cognomovement, where we move the ball from left to right and do these certain patterns to create a neurological response in the brain to help her to process this. She processed the feeling of betrayal, and her hearing came back.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So it is again, it's like, what we hold against another, or we feel like we've been victimized, right? We now we have some actual measurement and proof of what's going on emotionally with a person, and a little bit of indication of where to go to start working on a certain emotion.
And that's extraordinary, because I mean, as you're aware, because I mean, you went through the program with me, and I have experienced your process as well.
50 times.
50 times, exactly.
I think it was 50. I think it may be more. I love it. Love it. Yeah,
it's amazing. But it all speaks to similar. I mean, coming from a different approach, but the idea is the same. This field that you carry, this thing that you wander around in, is not happenstance. It's not an accident, and it's not insignificant. It's actually way more significant than we give a lot of things our attention to. And so I know for Bill and for me personally, this whole thing for me about changing people's relationship with fear, it's all about understanding how unconscious we have become and how unconscious we've been trained to become. And I don't say that from meaning the big bad world's out to get you, and here comes Q to tell you how it isn't any of that stuff. This is just the reality of being human on the planet. We have adopted systems and protocols to how we bring people into the world and how we entrain them into the process. And I was on a thought storm a couple of days ago. We were talking about education, and that the system of education isn't designed to teach you anything. It's a babysitting service. It's not structured to support learning. It's structured to support entrainment. This is your 13, 15, 18 years of entrainment into what it is to be an American, or what it is to be an Australian, or what it is to be a Chinese person. It's just ludicrous to me. But the point of it all is understanding that the more you understand energy, the more you understand who you are in that context, the greater strength you have to change. And I'm so grateful. I love that you shared the story about the gal with the hearing loss, because that's one place that people get really nutty about, resisting the idea that they can change it. When you realize that something simple, it seems simple, but crossed wires.
Yeah.
Crossed wires. And all we got to do is uncross the wires so that you're not creating this weird synapse that isn't natural.
Yeah, I didn't point it out, but on that slide, there was a before and after. Mm-hmm. The lines separated. When the hearing came back, the line separated. That she released the betrayal.
Yes.
And then the line separated. So it was no longer crossed over.
Yes. And if this is a little confusing, the blue arrow, if you go straight up from the blue arrow on the left side, folks watching, you'll see where the heart line crossed. You'll see where those lines crossed there. Yeah. And then if you look at the blue arrow on the right side and go straight up, you'll see after her session, the separation that exists between those two lines.
Yeah.
And again, that's awesome.
Yeah. No longer felt the betrayal. The lines moved. The hearing came back, you know?
I had
Really.
Liz, your partner, before we came, before she did the show a week or so ago, we met and talked and spontaneously got into a conversation that led to her taking me through clearing a thing that we were talking about. And then when I saw her on the show, she was asking about it, and I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't remember that we had that conversation." I mean, I remembered we did the session. I remembered the experience. I could not find the thing we were looking for or the thing that got cleared, because it was pretty big in the moment. I mean, it was a big something that was, I wish I could remember. No, I don't wish I could remember it. I'm glad I don't remember it because it wasn't comfortable. But the extraordinary thing was it was maybe half an hour that she and I were doing this, and she was taking me through and then literally a week later, I couldn't even begin to tell you what the thing was. Like, it was so gone. And then when she brought it back up, because she remembered, she said, "Yeah, we talked about X." And I went, "Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh." I said, "Liz, it's nowhere. It's nowhere. Like, not even a hint of it." So again, I love when the whole point of this show, the whole point of everything I do is I live the experience. I don't come to you with textbook knowledge of anything. I didn't get a college degree. That wasn't my thing. I went into this world saying, I want to experience. I told my parents that when I was in high school. I am here to experience, and I'm going to experience as much as I can. Well, what that has done in my world has been spectacular, because I've gotten to experience things that I didn't have the words for. And then people come into my world and give me the words for it, because the thing I'm experiencing is real. It's a legitimate thing that apparently has been going on for millennia that I never heard of or didn't know about. And suddenly I'm getting all this information that's filling in all the gaps of my experience. And I got to tell you, for me, that is the most extraordinary way to live life. I guess I don't know if I was gifted that. I mean, obviously I chose it because I didn't want to go the education route. I wanted to go the experience route. And so when I have these experiences and sharing them with you guys, that's all about the reality of how this stuff works. I don't make it up. It isn't things I've read in good books. This is stuff I lived through, stuff I experienced, as well as Bill. Bill has an extraordinary story of things that he's been through. And we bring that to bear on this experience, whether it's Cognomovement, whether it's science of transformation. It's all about, let's get conscious of our process, because when you become aware of what's sticking around in your energy, you then have the ability to change it. If you're going to be unconscious about it, then it's just going to continue to ravage you, because it's not, you have no relationship with it other than its effect on you. So there.
Well, I always say in every one of my seminars, I always say, it'll be true for you when it's true in your experience. And beyond that, it's just all yibbity yabbity, and the fact that you're living that way and experiencing things is way to go. The
way to go. And again, everybody's different, and that's the thing that I keep emphasizing, this thing with the year of conscious creation and this 7.5 to 8 billion unique worlds inhabiting our planet. It's so empowering to me to think about, when I see that in my mind, I literally see these worlds that it sort of sits here, and we are just focused because our perception is what is reflected back to us. That's another piece of this that's so important. What you're seeing out here is not the source. What you're seeing out here is the result of your perception physicalizing and reflecting back to you. So again, we are in this. Your impact on your wellness is so extraordinary. And I can't use enough words to express. So I'm going to let Bill use words to express it too. But how significant it is that when you grasp, this is your field, this is your responsibility, this is your world, that you are managing and manifesting, the difference it makes in your power, in your worthiness, in your belief in yourself, in your confidence, in your strength, in your focus, it's silly how radically it changes your life.
Yes. And I think probably the biggest kind of hidden message there is that we all kind of feel like, hey, you know what? I feel how I feel. I know I should probably feel different about this or that, or, people tell me to, forgive or whatever, or let it go. But hey, you know what? They're not living in my reality, right? I see it a certain way, and I'm dealing with that person at work, or, my mom or my dad, or whatever the thing might be, which is very understandable. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. But what I would say to all of those of you who are listening who heard that and may feel that way, you can contact either one of us, and we could give you a laundry list of ways that's not true in our own experiences that we can share and say, hey, here's this, and they're every day. They're not. This isn't like, once every 10 years I have an experience and therefore I'm feeling groovy. Yeah. No, this is an everyday deal of attending to my field, attending to my consciousness, being aware of my energy, to the point that you were saying before. The difference in that thought process is that when I don't feel comfortable about something, I immediately stop and attend to it. Because what I know is that energy will just do nothing but create resistance in everything else in my day if I don't attend to it.
Yeah.
Now, it's just the nature of things. Sometimes you may be in I just don't have time to deal with this right now. And I'm not saying that you can't put something on the shelf for an hour because you're in a meeting or because you're in the middle of something. But I still got to encourage you to say, if that energy is causing you wobbles, there's something more to the picture that you're not seeing that you need to see. And that the best thing you can do is step back and attend to that aberration in your field so that you can clean it up, move on, and go into where you're going, not carrying any baggage, not carrying any story, not carrying any junk that you're aware of, because obviously we're humans and that stuff's going to show up as we do this adventure. But I just can't emphasize enough from my perspective the power that we all have to impact our wellness.
Well, I want to validate you on the that the wisdom of attending to the issue right away. So because you're going to look through a different lens, a completely different lens. Imagine you simply don't feel that way anymore about the person that you're encountering. Can you have a different conversation? Can you have a different relationship? Would you say yes to going out to lunch after, the meeting, and would you feel good about it, or whatever it might be? It's a very wise way to, go through life. And I know it's typically, this type of thing is wisdom born of pain. As soon as you realize that, suffering is optional, you've come to the conclusion, the same as I have, which is suffering is optional. You know what? I got a way out because I know these different techniques and I can be free.
Yes. And you've got a way out anyway, and techniques are helpful. But and I say that not to poo-poo what you're saying, but to say flip the switch, unconscious to conscious. You have the immediate ability to change. And that's simply by putting your attention where your focus is trying to bring you. So that emotion shows up, that thought shows up, it's causing a response in you. The thing that is important to remember is that response is only yours. It doesn't matter what they did. It doesn't matter what he said. It doesn't matter what she did. You are having the reaction. That reaction is yours for a reason, because it's your process that's going on, not theirs. They are the reflection of your perception, bringing you the information back that you are already trying to give yourself. And then when you have tools like Cognomovement or the science of transformation or yoga or Tai Chi or whatever it is you use to line yourself up, now you have, like, you got both barrels going. You've got consciousness, plus you've got tools that are helping to enhance that. And that to me is everything. Because once you get to that place where you're willing to be conscious of it, willing to own, this is my process, this is my internal process acting out outside of myself, because I'm not being conscious that it's happening inside myself. Now you're getting conscious. And that's where this is so extraordinary, because once you see that, and then once you step into it, your ability to affect it is unlimited, I think. I mean, I'm correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think it
is unlimited. And the more you do it, the better it gets, and your thoughts will start to create faster and faster and easier, where it becomes nearly instantaneous. And the things that happen are just ridiculous. It's
true. You start to go, really?
Where'd that come from? How'd that happen? I tell you a quick story. I live here on the boardwalk in San Diego, right on the water. So there's thousands of people come by, and they walk along, in front of the house. But anyway, we had a windstorm a couple days ago. It was, and the sand blew up. It was probably that much sand on the boardwalk in front of the house. And I was walking back to the house. I saw the sand, and I was like, man, that's a lot of sand. I'm going to need a shovel. I'm going to have to really, get out. I'm going to do this. And I was like, I don't want to do it now, but I am going to go do it and sweep this off. So anyway, I look, I'm in the house probably about an hour later. And I notice there's kind of a homeless guy out in front of my front gate. And I'm like, and I can kind of feel it. So there's something going on. And so I peer around, look out the front door, and there's the homeless guy with a broom sweeping off the sidewalk. 27 years I've been here. Never no homeless person sweep up anything, or anybody else, even a neighbor. They don't sweep up your front porch, the front boardwalk. And I was like, there's this homeless guy there. He's sweeping the thing. And I go out to him, and I was like, I pull out some money out of my pocket. Hey, how you doing? Here's some money. Thanks for doing that. And I go, hey, what's your name? It's Billy.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, well, my name's Bill. Nice to meet you. Bill needed to clean the sidewalk.
And there he was. Guys, seriously, we're not kidding. It's that amazing. A lot. Just a lot. I love that story, because I have those going on all the time, and I share them on the show all the time, and I'm brain dead about it right this second. But it just fills in such an incredible way. So we are in the last minute here, and my time is running. So the last segment was about building your energy competence. And can you take 15 seconds to share something with the group, with those that are watching, about how do I build my energy competence? How do I go from that unconscious place to a more conscious place right now? How could I do that?
Okay, with your energy, what it is it will present itself as a feeling, right? So as it presents itself as a feeling, if you want to start to gain control over your energy, relax your body. Literally, notice your face, notice your body, physically relax. And what'll happen is the emotion will come down. Your energy will increase. So this simple technique was taught to me by a shaman, a Hawaiian shaman, a matter of fact, and it was amazing. If you notice, These little tensions throughout your body are what sap your energy, because you don't want to feel the feeling you're feeling, so you will physically constrict your body. So just this one little thing is something you can do anytime.
Yes.
Notice how you're feeling. Oh, I'm feeling this feeling. I'm going to start relaxing my body.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What a great tool. Bill, another great conversation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the show and for sharing Cognomovement with us. www.cognomovement.com. I think there's a link in the notes if you'd like to check out more information about cognomovement.com or about what Bill's doing and his partner Liz. If you're interested in my book, Fear is a Choice, you can go to www.fearisachoicebook.com and check out everything you need to know there. Science of Transformation, www.sciencetransformation.com. And of course, Adventures in Truth and Moments of Truth, you can check out at www.adventuresintruth.com. Have an amazing weekend, y'all. Thank you for being here. Bill, again, I appreciate you so much. Looking forward to our next conversation. These are fun and enjoyable. To all you out there, have an amazing weekend, and we will see you again soon. And to that end, we will say good night.
Good night.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Adventures in Truth Livecast. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you'd like to learn more about Jim's book, Fear is a Choice, Unraveling the Illusion of Our Separation from Love, check it out at www.fearisachoicebook.com. Also check out Moments of Truth, a new offering from Adventures in Truth. If you'd like to work with Jim, check out www.thesciencetransformation.com to book a session. Tune in live every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time and every Friday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Or look for our new releases and podcasts every Monday. Until next time, be well, and we'll see you again on Adventures in Truth Livecast.